classic rock, country music facts, and trivia. Today's video is on Waylon Jennings. Waylon recalled the irony of bragging about not drinking, but he'd say, "I'd be stoned out of my gourd." Waylon really was one of a kind. Cornerstone of the outlaw country movement, Waylon Jennings can tell a story as well as anybody, especially from his time on the road and his wild days starting out in country music. From riding Buddy Holly's motorcycle around in his hotel room to flushing a ton of cocaine down the toilet during a DEA raid at the studio, he's seen and done it all, for better or for worse. He truly lived the outlaw life. He wrote about it in his songs, even though he hated the term, and that authenticity is what we all loved so much about him. And I'm sure if he was around today, he'd continue to tell you there's nothing glamorous about being a drug addict, but nevertheless, the man always extremely candid in interviews about all his shenanigans that went on during the peak of his country music career, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And back in 1988, in an interview at Spin, he admitted that he actually never drank all that much like one might assume. And he always wore that as a badge of honor, bragging to people about how sober he was. The only thing was he had quite a bad drug problem for many decades, which he was very public about later on. And at the height of his using, would often spend $1,500 a day on cocaine. I never did drink. It used to be one of my biggest brags. I would sit around and say, I don't drink, and I never did drink. There I'd be, just stoned out of my gourd on cocaine, but I was real proud of myself because I never did drink. Classic Hoss. You could always count on him to tell exactly how it was. And I think his self-awareness and willingness to poke fun at his own imperfections and flaws is actually quite endearing. Waylon did eventually kick his drug habit when he got a little bit older, thanks in large part to help from his wife Jessie Coulter and his son Shooter. But when people would recall stories of drinking with Waylon out on the road, which never actually happened, he'd just smile and nod. I've had times when people would come up to me and say, "Hey, remember when me and you used to get drunk back in Phoenix there?" And I learned a good lesson. The best thing is to say, "Yeah, we had a good time, didn't we?" Although it never really happened because I never was a drinker. There was plenty of times that the outlaw bit did get out of hand, but lucky for us, the country icon lived to tell all the crazy and almost unbelievable tales. However, for Waylon, as much as he talks openly about the wild days, it was a redemption that he wanted to be remembered for. A living reminder that anybody can come back from rock bottom. A person can blow it, can make it, and blow it, and hit rock bottom drugs, and come back and be able to survive that and do something worthwhile. And that's the only reason I put this on here, because I'm so anti-drug, and I'm anti-drink, actually. I'm a recovering alcoholic. But I like the ending of it because, and the way he bragged about that, how if he could do it, anybody could do it. And I think that's the mantra of anybody who's been to rock bottom and come back, because I always said if I can quit drinking, anybody can. It just takes a little bit of work and a whole lot of Jesus. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic TV facts and trivia. It is on Tony Dow of Leave It to Beaver. Classic rural comedy. It is on the Andy Griffith Show on Howard McNear, who played Floyd the Barber. Please check those out. If you need the links, they're in the description below. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Have a great day. God bless. Praying for you.